Hi everyone, Becky Below here from Newport News, Virginia, and it is not snowing here anymore. In fact, it is lovely. After this, I hope I will get a walk in because we have a really stressful situation going on right now. Because of all that snow, my creative memories boxes have been trickling in for this big retreat we have coming up. But you know what? Everything's going to work out. But right now, just so you have an idea, this is what it looks like right before something like this. It's like a total 100% disaster. But don't worry, if you're coming to my retreat, you probably won't even know all this was happening. You actually may, because I think a lot of it has been diverted to the hotel. But anyways, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, things have been hectic. I do have an idea that I'm going to do today, but we're going to do one of those fly by the seat of our pants things again. I was working with some of my sales force last night, and I realized that some people don't know how to do our border punches. And that means I'm thinking that maybe some people don't really know how to do the frame punches. So I'm going to talk a little bit about frame punches. I think I'm going to do a really cool page layout idea with it using Noteworthy. Um, and so Noteworthy is a new line. It's sold out very quickly, and now pieces are coming back in. So a lot of it's back in now. So you're welcome to jump into Noteworthy if you haven't already. Plus, I would be remiss to not tell you that right now we have free shipping on $80 and up. And they just came out. I wish I had it to show you because the line is super pretty. I can't wait. I can't wait to get my hands on it. But there's a new line called Springtime Soiree, and of course National Scrapbook Day stuff released on Monday. So that's super fantastic. I think we still have some gradient papers left over. I know that they're starting to sell out. But the tonal gradient, they're gradient papers. Those are available. So lots of new stuff to shop from. And now Noteworthy. You can add Noteworthy back to your list and get free shipping. And this is significant. Grab an order form. It's significant, despite the fact that I feel like our industry standards for shipping are very low. I know that our company subsidizes our shipping. I know because a lot of times I ship things to you all and it's more than what they charge for a big old box of stuff. All right. So it's subsidized. But even with that, I don't like paying shipping. I like paying for stuff. Like I would rather pay for a paper pack than shipping, right? So let's say if you do a $200 order, this is going to save you like 15 bucks. All right. So it's a deal. All right. So I just wanted to make sure you knew free shipping is going on. I think maybe till the end of the week, maybe longer, but at least to the end of the week. All right, so let's go ahead and check out this idea. Thanks for watching me. I would love for you to follow my channel. I would love for you to like my videos. Anybody see me and Holly do our little winter escapades last week? I mean, because that was so serious. If you want a serious video on snow things, that's the one to watch. But anyways, um, thank you for watching me. Thank you for sharing me with your friends. I appreciate you very much. All right, so let's go ahead and share this. Wait, ooh, it's not going to work, but we're going to do our best. Share. Let's see how good that looks. Not good at all. So we don't want to stop. We don't want to do that. I lost my train of thought. How do you do this anyways? Okay, there we go. We're moving in the right direction. There we go. There we go. That's fantastic. Okay, that's better. All right, so what I did is I just kind of grabbed a piece of paper from this is the Noteworthy collection. Kind of like this one. It's got lots of color in it. The other side um has a grid on it. It's a white with a grid that you can see there. All right, so I'm going to show you. Well, actually, before I do that, before I cut into this piece of paper, I'm going to do it on another piece of paper. Actually, no, I'm going to cut on this piece of paper. All right, it's 12 by 12, and that's what's really perfect about using your frame punches. And you may be saying to yourself, but that looks like all of my punches. I have a lot of punches that look like this. They kind of look like airplanes. My clients call them airplane punches because they could fly if they were a little lighter and made of paper, um, because of their little wings. But not all of our punches have these lines here on the outside. All right. So for instance, if I pulled out the damask, which is another one of my favorites. Oh, look, this one has those lines there too. Huh. Let's pull out another one. This is bamboo. This is a great one for travel. Uh-oh, this one does not have it. Okay. So they all look the same, right? Except for these lines on the outside. So I am going to use today the this one, Dollop Arch. And when you use them, when I say a frame punch, it's going to do borders too. Like if I wanted to do a border with this, it's going to do a border just like any of your others, just like your tree line or whichever one you've got. It will do a border. But if you want it to do something more, that's what these do. They do something more. And when I say frame, it means put a border around something. All right. So you could frame a picture with this punch. You could frame, a different piece of paper. So it doesn't have to be 12 by 12. It could be any size as long as your dimensions are even. Okay. So 12 is even, 12 is even. All right. So I know this will work with it. So we have to do something a little different. Typically, we line up to these little black marks, right? With the frame punch, if you are going around, if I'm making a border, I'm still going to line up there. All right. If I'm making a border, I'm still going to use that mark. But if I'm going to do what I'm teaching you today to frame something, you're going to use this instead. All right. So let's check it out. So I'm going to put my piece of paper in, not lining up here, but lining up out here on the line that sticks out there. I hate it that you all can't see very well. I'm gonna try to go upside down because you know what? I am so professional. I can do that. I can even do it upside down. All right. So there we go. So you're probably saying to yourself, look what Becky did. She made a mistake because there's this thing sticking out. But that's supposed to happen. So that I do make mistakes, but that is not one of them today. So we're still using it like we always do. We're lining up our little humps to cover up the blue grid underneath. I think we might have one more little punch. I'm going to do it whether I have one or not. All right, that's good. Let me get these scraps out of the way. Did y'all get our little trash buckets yet? These are great. I hang it from my cup caddy if you have one of those. They're great to kind of hang there so you can quickly. Oh my gosh, I made a mistake. And I made a mistake on my good piece of paper. So what we're gonna do, somebody just today said, I love how when you make mistakes on the spot and fix them. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start over. We're gonna make this a 10 by 10 piece of paper because I wasn't paying attention, like is often just it's my MO, right? It's one thing you'll know about me, but you're supposed to have these things that stick out on both ends. And the fact that I went all the way to the end, it kind of ruined what I was planning to do. Let's see, is this still 12? This is still 12. So remember how I said even dimensions? See, I like to do these mistakes for you now and then so that when it happens to you, you'll know how to monitor and adjust. All right. So remember how I said even dimensions? It doesn't have to be a square, but it does have to be even. So this is now 10 inches, even number. This is still 12 inches, even number. This time, I am going to again do it upside down, but I'm going to pay closer attention. I wish y'all were here to scream at me to tell me when I'm getting ready to screw up. So I'm lined up to this line here. All right. So I'm going to do it maybe a little faster this time, since you're probably by this point getting bored. All right. Now, do you see how there's a little piece of paper sticking out right here? That's how I know it's time to stop. All right. If I go one more time, I'm going to screw it up like I did last time. So just a little piece of paper is sticking out. And in fact, it's sticking out. It's on that line on this side of the trimmer. Okay. That's what's happening. All right. So now we're going to rotate it and you should see those notches on both ends. Probably see it better this way. That's what it looks like if you've done it right. All right. Okay. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate around. I'm sorry. I give up. I can't do it upside down. I just can't. I'm a creature of habit. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this notch right here and I'm going to line it up against this line. All right. So I'll hold it up so that you can see at least. All right. So it's right up against that line. All right. All right. And now what happens? Now we have a very nice rounded corner. All right. And now we're going to continue, but we're not going to get carried away. We want that little stub to be sticking out on the other side. So let's do this very quickly. Wish I could scream, Becky, no, don't go farther. Stay there. All right. So do you see where I am now? Do you see how there's a little piece of paper? That's good. It's time to rotate. So I'm rotating it. I'm going to put this on the line. There it is. All right. I'm going to keep going. All right. And we're going to go one last swoop. And this time, what's going to happen is both of the little squares are going to fall off just naturally when I get down to the end. All right. See how that happens? All right. So now what I'm going to do is get rid of these little scraps. All right. And now what we're also going to do, because I like to use these to split two pages. So now that we've done some cutting, I'm not really sure how wide it is. In fact, I'm probably going to fold it just to see without even measuring. I'm just going to give myself a focal so I know about how wide it is so I can fit on that line. Oh, this is perfect because we're going to have the middle is right here. So I'm going to put that middle. This is our cutting groove right here. I'm going to put that little dip in the groove as well as the bottom one. Oh, good. Now my dog is barking. All right, so there we go. Hi, Gracie. All right. And let's grab some paper, see what we can do. Now, this actually, especially if I hadn't had, if I hadn't have lost, actually I kind of like this, don't you? If I hadn't have lost that 4 inches, this would all be filled in, and this would be a great title page, wouldn't it? I like taking these and splitting them up between 2 pages, but I do kind of like it with the missing middle there. I think that's kind of a cool look too, right? And our paper packs have 2 sheets. So if I wanted to do that, I have another sheet that I could play around with. All right, but I'm gonna do it like this. Do you like that? I like it. I think I kind of oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what we're gonna do today, boys and girls. We're gonna really soup this up a little bit. So I'm gonna stack them on top of each other. And in doing so, I'm seeing that they're not exactly the same width. So my little fold job didn't do very well. I'm going to take off just a little smidgen to make these exactly the same width, just a little smidgen. And it doesn't take rocket science to see that that doesn't match exactly, a little bit off. I think we had a little slide action there. Okay, that's good. And then what I'm going to do, I think, is stack them back up. And we're going to cut off some. How much? We'll see once I decide. I think what I want to do, I'm going to line this up. I think I'm going to do, this is 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, I'm probably showing you something that's probably not all that cool. Let's see if I go to 3/4 of an inch. I think I'm going to go to the inch mark. I feel good about an inch. All right, so if I go there, This down here is hovering about at the 11, so I'm going to stop at the 10. All right, so this is 0 to 1. I'm lining this up to the 1 inch mark right here. I have a little white thing on the side here that I'm lining up to make sure that's right. This is 11 inches tall. I'm going to stop at the 10 to make that a 1 inch cut from the bottom. And then we're going to rotate it. And we're going to line the peaks here on the 1 inch. And I think this will still work just fine. All right, so kinda, it's like a 4 1/4 here. So I'm gonna go, it's 4 1/4. I'm gonna go to oh well, this is easy because I can line it up with this, what I already did. Where is that at? Yeah, it's at 3 1/4. I'm gonna go up. I think we shouldn't be too crazy about the measurements. This is probably not the easiest skill to be showing, and that's only because we don't have nice even peaks this time. But I'm gonna still line that up to the 1 inch, and I'm gonna kind of use my cut mark here as my guide to where I'm cutting to. And I'm gonna cut opposite of this cut, and I'm not gonna worry that it might not be perfect, okay? And I don't want you all to either. I know that some of you do, but I think this is going to be beautiful anyways. This is a skill we do a lot, but we don't usually do it when we have these peaks on the sides like we have here. I'm gonna grab my scissors because I missed it a little bit. I think you're gonna like the effect of this, even though it took me longer than it needed to. All right. So now let's see what we got. All right. So we're gonna still keep this up here and here. Now we're going to offset it with the white grid in the middle to give it a little different look. All right. Or you could do it the other way. What if you prefer the white peak? Actually, I think I like this better. What do you think? All right. So now what are we going to do? All right. So what I would probably do now is I'm going to look for some mats from the mat pack. Actually, let's decide what theme this is going to be. All right. So what's really cool about Noteworthy is you truly have all of the stickers that branch for the whole year. So let's say I was going to do a page for, I don't know, how about winter? We're still in winter, even though it doesn't feel wintry today. Like, look at this one. Is that beautiful? We're going to do a winter page. I think the colors look nice for winter. And I'm going to grab a mat from the mat pack, something that's going to look good color wise. Let's see what we got. Holly is under the table chasing my dog. Spray. Oh my Gracie. Gracie, you're being disruptive. Let's see. Oh, I like this one. What do you think? What do you think of that one? We're gonna do that one. All right, that one's cool. And I could use this one too. Like if I like this color together. Um, so just remember that this is primed to just throw a photo on top. I like to do this kind of thing. Like maybe you don't have a whole lot, maybe you don't need every square inch of this and you could overlap it a little bit. I love overlapping. It gives us some dimension. So that looks really nice together. Or you could not. You could, save this and put it on this side. And again, we have room for a photo here. We have room for other photos on the page. You could trim this down a little bit if it's too big. So that takes care of that. And then what I would probably do is grab my foam tape, which already got discontinued, and I'm not pleased with that. Actually, this is clear, so we're not going to put foam tape. What we're going to do is probably not put that on there at all. Probably going to put this, and the reason why I'm not going to put that because it's see-through. So what's cool about that is it's going to pick up whatever color that you put it on, but with multicolors, I think it's going to look kind of funny. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to probably put it right here on the baby blue. right? So we've got that. We can add, probably I'm going to maximize my space and move that all the way to the top. All right. And then you can see that we've got room for other stuff. I probably will balance with these heavy mats on this side and then give myself room there to grow. All right. Do we have any? So I just used, this is from, there's 2 packs of stickers with this line. This is the $9 pack. These are the clear words and phrases. But if I wanted something wintry to go along with it, you're going to want to grab your other sticker pack. It is a 6 pack of stickers and it also spans the year. So I can see September, October. Here's January. What happened to my December? Oh, December is here. So we've got December, we've got some snowflakes, we've got some mittens, we've got some heavy boots. Of course, we've got Christmas in there too. And then in January, just making sure, see if there's anything else that I really want to use for this. So January, we've got balloons and confetti and stuff. We've got hot coffee and stuff. I think I'm gonna stick with the snowflakes. So we could add some snowflakes to this page when we're ready. Again, you can, I like to cockeye this a little bit and then we'll have some more space. All right. So I hope that you liked that. I hope you understand better how to use the frame punches. And I encourage you to try it on a scrap first while you're learning if you haven't done that before. I encourage you to look through all your punches and see how many frame punches you have in there because I know if you're like my client, sometimes you have them and didn't even realize that your frame punch was special, that it does extra than just borders. Okay. So thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. If you need an advisor to shop with, to get your free shipping, any advisor will do, but I would love your support if you don't have an advisor. My address is www.creativememoriescom/user/Becky, Beckie, Belote, Belote. Bye now. See, I'll see my clients on Thursday.